Hey there! Welcome back to another episode of Grinding with Borgman, episode 29. Um, First, I'd like to apologize for being absent for the last week and a half or so. I got really sick last week. Still getting over it a little bit, but doing much better. Yeah, apparently, I got something and it just wouldn't let me go. So had some issues there, but we're fine. It's all good. That being said, that apology out of the way. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. Some exciting news. We have gotten. We're starting to get things in place pretty well. So revamping the website and the Patreon is up and running. So if you enjoy, the content that is produced, you can support us on our Patreon or directly through Twitch. Through Patreon, you actually end up getting free prints every month, and you get a say-so in what we work on here on these days. So today, in the same vein of working on anatomy again, we're going to be switching to the female form. The last episode, we were working on the male form. Sorry about the late start too. But some of the reference photos I had found were just not, they were not working well anymore, so I had to scour for some different ones. But anyways, so yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So, take off my sweatshirt. Holy crap, it's getting warm. Excuse me. I was actually really sad. I had to find some new music too. We were listening to some Whiskey Blues before this, and then lyrics started popping up, and I'm like, I can't be having lyrics, man. Can't be having lyrics, or else I lose that audio. But anyways, so we're gonna hop right in and go ahead and get started on our warm-ups and working on these female poses. So let's just go ahead and start with this. Let's see, which one do we like? I mean, this one's really fun. Well, they're all pretty fun actually. I kind of like this one though, so we're gonna start with this one. All right. So let's just zoom in a bit here. And I just want to see, look at how pixelated this is. The thing is, we can get better reference photos the more subscribers we get. So there we go. The money that you pay me goes right back into the channel. So, we can just keep improving the content. But that being said, we're going to just... What is my pressure? Alright, cool. I'm also fairly zoomed in here, yeah. Let's just zoom it out a little. We just want to get a... So maybe we can... Let's see what happens when we scale her up. Let's see if she retains any of that information. Like if, let's see how the scaling works. Not the best reference photos, but free, and I appreciate them. So you can always find free reference. So I appreciate your labor, miss. All right. Whew, gotta get the shakes out, folks. All right. She's got a very round face. See, that's the thing. I need to start remembering to draw the neck back there from the start. But anyways, so there's a couple pieces of news that I did want to touch on. I've been doing my homework, folks. So I had wanted to touch on some news. Unfortunately, in some very sad news, last week, um, Kim Jong-gi, who is I just that one of the best artists in the world, um, passed away very suddenly from a heart attack. Um, a very inspiring individual, has inspired me for years, to better myself and to draw every day. And not that I've been successful in that, hence the channel, right? Because that's what this is for. But yeah, just a very sad, kind of a sad blow for the art community and the world as a whole. Um, I very rarely get sad when like celebrities die, because I'm like, hey, I don't know them. Like they're just, I mean, how many millions of people die every day, whatever. But him and I felt myself being very sad at his passing. And one other person a while ago, Robin Williams. Yeah, those are like so far. I've experienced two where I felt it, you know. Uh, yeah, just a bummer. But luckily, a lot of his work, he'll just be able to keep inspiring for even after his passing, because of videos of his work, his methods, and we can always remember how annoyed he got whenever anybody asked him what kind of pen he was using, because it's just a pen. It's not find your tool. But anyways, so one of the things that we're looking at here with the female form compared to the male form is the widening of the hips. Like, I mean, me personally, I have huge hips, wicked wide hips. I got those childbearing hips, but lacking the ability to bear children. So just one of the things that we're remembering is men tend to have like a more box torso, and women tend to have a more like teardrop shaped torso, and then like the rib cage on top. So it's like the hourglass versus like there's a bit more. Yeah, no, happy to be back, Smeth. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining the channel. Thanks for your support. Just kind of like, and also, hey, saw you checking out our Reddit. Thank you so much. Could not post the video here on Twitch, but check it out on YouTube. We compiled a process video for that Critical Role fan art that we were doing for the channel on the second half, and you're if you contribute a certain dollar amount on our Patreon, you get a free print of whatever we make together for that second half of the daily stream. Then on top of that, this Thursday is going to be the first of our long format streams, which is where we do a nice 6-hour stream after this the daily, and just do a long 6-hour stream where we work on a single piece. Do that each week, and then after 4 weeks we complete it. And whoever helped us contribute to that, they get a free print. So a print at no additional cost. All prints are available on our website, which is actually true now. So if you like the work, check out the website, borgmandesigns.com. You can go ahead and pick up some prints there. It's wonderful. But anyways, so just the teardrop shape of the torso, versus like almost an arrow shape. Men and women, differences, although people want to deny them. I'm sorry. But anyways, so moving on. So this would be like where I'm going to switch to, let's switch to a color. Let's switch to red. Let's switch, okay, yeah, that's good red. So like her, if this is her femur, patella, patella, hips are canted like that, shoulders like that. But, so her pelvis is going to be like, so her pelvic bone is right there, but then that comes down, and then the ball and socket is right here. So then, like, that's why you feel that, like, you can actually, like, feel the separation of the two. Like, even on myself right now, I'm just touching them. You know, you've got so this is actually like how the pelvis goes, or I mean how the femur goes. Excuse me. See, there's that sickness coming back. Yeah, not sure what I had, like, or maybe still have, but it's in the lungs. It's deep in the lungs. Losing my voice and stuff for a while. And then one of the things, you know, she's wearing some support, but one of the things that, you know, we have to remember that people often forget is that breasts are very susceptible to gravity. They are this shape. Well, they are this shape, not this shape. Gentlemen, ladies all know it. Come on, guys. Anime is not real. But anyways, yeah. So then that's us drawing the bottom of the rib cage right there. And this is us just, you know, reminding ourselves of the anatomy and how it fits together on the person. That's why I find this so helpful, to do these kind of draw overs with a pose. So that way we can, you know, really dig in. And then the pecs are going to like round up. So, you know, so let's go. There's the actual like pec. And then above it is the fatty breast tissue. So. Everybody's pecs are different, but also pecs kind of like curl up like this. I've been drawing them squared out a bit too much lately. But anyways, so let's just go ahead and dive into a pose here. No, I'll just grab that dark color that she's got going on. Let's actually zoom out a bit, because I want to get rid of that pixelation, because we're so zoomed in. Other news that I wanted to talk about. So, you know, aside from the sad news of losing such a talented and influential artist, I think I need to start. See, I always start with the head, and I think that's a mistake for me. I think I need to just start. So let's go ahead and just start with the gesture. Sorry, it's been a long week and a half. But that's what these are. These are just warm-ups. And since, we don't have any... we don't have much participation yet, but we do have some. And for those who do participate, thank you so much. And then here's the other thing that I need to start doing is staggering because I need to start staggering the leg bones. Because as you can see with hers, there's like this boom, 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 boom. Like they're not like for instance this one. This is a great example of it. You can actually like see it cuts in like that. So I need to start, staggering it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, and that's too right. Yeah, no. But I need to start staggering those leg bones better. Hey man, I gotta work on my anatomy. That's why we gotta do these warm-ups. It's the daily grind. You gotta participate in the daily grind to keep your skills up when you've got them and improve them when you don't. Right now I'm struggling to maintain them, so we gotta just keep going. But anyways, so crazy news in the science world. There is a guy causing a lot of consternation right now, as he essentially has disproved the current theory of physics, which is terrifying and exciting because the goal is Star Wars, right? Like that's what we want. At least I think that. That's what I want. I want to be a space pirate. That would be an exciting and terrifying life. It would be awesome. So then we cut in with her traps. And we go like that. There's her peck. You want the good side of Star Trek, Smef? The good side of Star Trek. So you want a meritocracy. Who doesn't want a meritocracy? Honestly, meritocracy is definitely what we want. But it's a pretty balanced and functional society. Yes, we all want that. It's a shame that it's a shame that it's such a struggle because it's very easy to take advantage of any budding society that is like that. Yeah, people are enabled to do what they want, but at the same time, I guess. So I haven't been watching a lot of Star Trek. I've been watching a lot of the Orville lately, which is it's the spiritual successor, I would say, to or at least it's an homage to Star Trek. And they are very much in a meritocracy where your accomplishments and your like value to society that you inherently prove is your is the currency of the realm, essentially. So yeah. So we need to just widen those hips up. See, gotta keep those hips wider. But yeah, no. So I thought Star Trek was very similar, where it's like, if you when you're young, like how you do in school and all that stuff, like everything matters to a certain extent, and you can pursue whatever you want, but also like what you have access to is dependent upon your level of not expertise, but or ambition, but like your level of drive, I guess, to like participate. But unfortunately, I don't know if that will ever be a successful thing, since we are so capitalist in our ways, and in a capitalist society, anytime something like that begins to burgeon, it's too easily taken advantage of. Yeah. Okay. See, and that right there, that's like militarized socialism to a certain extent. See, that's like, so honestly, if you look at Star Trek in a more through a more dystopian lens, it's definitely like it's a socialized military state. And military service, although it's not claimed to be military service because, you know, they're so high-minded in Starfleet. You know, they're not a military organization. They're an exploration organization. They just happen to give every single person a uniform and a weapon. You know, that's just part of it. That's not because exploration is dangerous, right? So, isn't it convenient when your space explorers can instantly become an army as well, or navy, I guess in this case. But but yeah. So if we look at Star Wars through a more dystopian lens, it's you know, it is what, you know. See how we can't even talk about it because that we're getting dangerously close to like politics talk here, Smef. So we gotta dial it back. It's not what this channel is for. We don't spread that. We don't spread that bull honky. Oh, this is good. This is good. Look at this. Just working on the forms. They don't spend as much time on the other side of society, but there are people living normal lives without worry for basic needs. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like, merchants still exist, grocers still exist, you know. But it's like, when someone's like, so, you know, who's like, yeah, I totally want to be, I totally want to be a garbage man. I want to be a garbage man on Earth when, you know, we're aware of the existence of Vulcan. I don't know, it just seems... Yeah, I don't know if they... it's a... How... Yeah, like, how utopian is Star Trek, actually? Like within the Starfleet realm, you know, like, because they don't examine really like the other parts of society, do they? Not too much. Oh, oh God. See, I didn't do a good job on my homework because I can't give you the name of the guy. Again, I got sidetracked so bad. I got sidetracked so bad today while I was working on, you know, prepping for this. There was like that little bit of anxiety because I haven't streamed in a week and a half. So then I was like, ugh, like, how is this going to go? Strengthen up that wrist. None of that limp-wristed BS. I was teaching somebody how to throw a frisbee the other day, and I was like, just keep that wrist firm. No limp-wristed well, I said the actual word, but, you know, BS. I don't know. I feel like, I can say bullshit on Twitch, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. None of you were paying me yet, so whatever. I'm just saying. See, like that. Well, what is the So what is the general mass unit that they use in their like matter converters, where they can like, because I mean like they have those special devices that can just like literally like create any food. They can create any like you know, tool. They can create any um so the replicators, yeah. So but like the replicators use essentially like bricks of matter for like to like create, you know, the things. So who's creating those bricks of matter? You know, like whose job is it to make the matter bricks? That's my question. And are they happy? I heard mixed reviews about Picard, but I'll have to check it out. Although, who wants to get a Paramount Plus subscription, you know? That just sounds miserable. No, I totally did it. I did that, and you know what's funny? I did it for a cartoon. Lower Decks. If you haven't watched it, hysterical. It's a cartoon on Star Trek, just talking about all the lower deck people and their struggles and woes, and it's pretty funny. But yeah. So I've got her with a little bit of a different cant to her head, but you know, yeah, she's looking a bit more up. Mine's got her head a little more tilted to the side. Doing a really bad job with that eye. There we go. That's more like it. It's also a little tougher, you know, because like if I want to do, I gotta find some better source material for this. Like she doesn't have a lot of good deep shadows and highlights. The lighting is not that great. So apologies for you know, not the best bring back, but you know, it's all good. What else? Sorry, doing the Chris Rock thing. So funny story. Chris Rock apparently used to. This is a thing that a lot of, you know, not a lot, but some established comedians do, just for the humor of other comedians. I like to watch them interview each other and talk about, like, you know, getting up, you know, moving up into the into that profession together. Started with the head. See, I can't be doing that. I just said it and I just started doing it again. It's like the first thing I do. It's ridiculous. I gotta stop. And it feels a little counterintuitive because it's like the head is, you know, kind of a but it's not. It's not the focal point of the body. It's not where the center of gravity is. Her abdominal muscles are showing great in this one, so we're gonna It's going to be really helpful for that. And then also, you get this nice, well, cut in right here where you can see how that, like, how her pelvis sits, how her legs sit with her pelvis. But anyways, my apologies. It looks like I drew a phallus on her. So you get that nice, and then that would be two. That, and then that, go right there. So then here, then you see that cut in. And she, you know, not the most. So then always remember that, like, the it's weird to think about, but the butt is not part of the pelvis. The butt is part of the leg. If you think about it in those terms. I mean, it's separate. It, like, connects the two, but especially when you're drawing from, like, this profile, like, her, you know, her groin is going to be right there, but then, like, her leg and butt are going to extend back here, so you're not going to see that, because 3 dimensions, you know? So then you need to remember that, like, the leg, so, like, that would be more how it sits in. And I might even just accentuate that, even though it's not actually, like, actually visible for the hip, but anyways. And then the traps come down, or not the traps, the lats come down into the obliques. Breasts sit right about there. Hers are up a little bit higher just because of her sports bra. But you can see, like, you can see how, like, while her breast is right there, her pec muscle extends right there up into, you know, the delt and connects to the delt there. So, and I know I'm probably very repetitive and say this stuff a lot, but I appreciate y'all joining me, but I was up front. This is for the warm-ups are for me. So it's me just kind of like the more I'm a person who firmly believes that, like, when you are taking notes, for instance, when you're taking notes, writing them by hand is a far more effective way of memorizing than, like, say, typing them out or something, because then you're creating, like, a mind-body connection, because your hand is physically writing the letters that you are forming into words, you know, so it's like you're getting that extra layer. So I will get repetitive, and you know, and I do apologize for that, but at the same time, like, it's a very helpful way to kind of, like, just really reinforce that knowledge, is to just say it out loud to myself. And so then, were she not to have support, they would fall, they would flatten out a little bit. Gravity acts on them. Unless you live in California. There is a lot of plastic surgery in California. that's what people who have lived out there my friends have told me. Oh, okay. Florida and California. Basically where beaches are popular, right? I just don't quite get it, like, because fake boobs are so obviously fake. Like, I don't know. It's all good. I mean, to each their own. I understand if you're unhappy. You know. But don't go changing your body drastically for other people. Only do it if, it's going to improve your own sense of self-worth. But if that's because of other people, and saying this from experience, we got to work on that, because you can't have external points of validation. That's a rough way to live. That will stunt your emotional and professional growth severely. Hand to God, say it from experience here. Yeah. External validation is not what we're pursuing here. Although, dear God, if y'all started subscribing, that would definitely be validating. No, I'm. Yeah. I don't know how we got on that. Oh, because boob gravity. Oh, right, boob gravity. Or the lack thereof, in certain conditions. This chick has got a bat and she is ready to use it. Oh, you stepped away? Stepped away, Smep? No, we were just talking about, boob gravity, and how, some boobs are not, apparently they are immune to gravity. Certain states tend to have more gravity-defying boobs than others, namely California and Florida. States with a lot of beachgoers. But the reason we got onto boob gravity was because a lot of... I don't want to, pigeonhole male artists, but many... I feel like they would have to tend to be male. But anyways, starting, early artists, their female anatomy will, unless... See, because women know. But they would know. But somebody who doesn't spend their day with boobs all the time, probably more susceptible to this. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Spider-Woman, any scene with Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman, and she's hanging upside down, she has a very supportive onesie. Very supportive. But anyways, it's now 2:16. We're gonna get off this. Got a lot of work to do on anatomy and stuff like that, but it's the super suit. Right. So we're gonna move on. Wow, these really look phallic. But anyways, so we're gonna move on from this. So yeah, we're gonna save it. It's important to for posterity. So warm up, 10:17. Save it as something you can find, something you can know, and now we're going to be moving on to... I actually got a great idea for a piece during breakfast today. So that's what we're going to work on, since we don't have any feedback yet from the community. And although that will pick up, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I mean, I might be 60 by the time it picks up, but hey, it will pick up. Excuse me. That's why I haven't been streaming. I didn't want y'all to have to just listen to me coughing and sniffling. So we're gonna do. This is what we're starting with. Let's see. For optimized prints, because I'm gonna love this piece, and you're gonna love this piece too, and you're gonna want a print of it. So starting a new one today. In the coming weeks, so we're gonna be This is what we're gonna be working on every day, for an hour. So let's see. With this one, I need it to be 12 by 12. No, we need. Let's see. Wow, 30 by 40. So for us to optimize it in print, we'll go. So that way we can even do metal prints of it, because it's going to be sweet. We'll do 30. Yeah, 30 by 40. Oh, it's huge, y'all. It's huge. Look at this thing. This thing's already 600 megabytes. Get ready. I actually have to, gotta be clearing out my hard drive. One of my hard drives soon. I'm deleting old videos and stuff now that they're posted. All right, so getting started. So this is what I had been thinking about at breakfast today. One of the images that I just heavily romanticize, personally, is the concept of like the creative working on their art with like a lit. Gosh darn it. There you go. Just either the artist working at their desk or the writer working at their typewriter. Just the creative at their desk with crumpled, ideas and a lit cigarette next to them. In the light of a lamp, in some lamplight. I have romanticized that picture so much, and for me, it feels like it kind of like harkens back to like before, like in the modern era of art, not the postmodern. By the way, if you ever want to start doing art history research, the art eras, they get absurd. I think we're in like postmodern era right now or something like that, which at that point, come up with a different name if you're doubling up on the posts. But yeah, no, in like the era, like in the modern era, like transitioning into the postmodern era, that like 1940s, 1950s, the concept of just that, the creative, like struggling because they didn't have the internet to like be able to just get their ideas out there, and at the same time, like they wanted things to be meaningful, they wanted things to impact the world around them and have some kind of influence or change. So like I've just really romanticized that concept. So I wanna that's the image that we want to be drawing here in my mind. So we're gonna just be searching for the forms here at the start. This is the start of any piece, we're not really sure what's going on quite yet. I just know what I want in my mind to a certain extent, and for some, I really want to draw a typewriter. So I'm not really sure why. I just really want to draw a typewriter. I like this angle. This is a good angle. I feel like the desk would be crumpled. Desk would be. Will I copy paste keys or do them all freehand? Well, here's the question. Although I don't know if I should ask it. Are you subscribed yet, Smeth? Have you contributed on the Patreon? Are you no? But here's the question: are we going to be having the creative facing us, or are we going to see him from over the shoulder? You don't. There's no obligation. Thank you for your. Are we going to be seeing him? Sorry, it's going to be a him. I identify. Are we going to be seeing him from the front or from the back? Which way? So, but anyways. You know what we should do? Here we go. We'll do it this way. We're actually going to start, we're going to start with, like, shape blocking. Like, but for some reason, I don't know why, but like the romanticizing of like that, just like this, like the single lamp with like a lit cigarette, the smoke coiling up into the room, as a person struggles with creating something meaningful, that will, in their mind, hold up some kind of mirror to the world around them, and impact people in some way, shape, or form. That is just, it's for me, it's definitely something that not only aspire to myself, of course, like, so I think I want the light source to be, and this will be fun because we don't do a lot of stuff where I do like a single direct light source, which, by the way, easiest way to do a composition. Just if you want an amazing composition and you want it to like really pop, single direct light source, make your life a million times easier. Not sure if you noticed with my artwork, the music has gotten louder, huh? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Turning it down a bit. How's that? Better? The levels get a little wonky as the music changes. There we go. Perfect. All right. No, I appreciate the subscription. I appreciate the support. Yeah. So thank you for the feedback. Very helpful. Paper coiling out, writing on it. Back super hunched. By the way, if you are an artist, writer, creative, what have you, do your daily stretches. My goodness, do your daily stretches, because we all hunch our backs like crazy. Unless you're operating on like an easel or a standing desk, but then again, I'm so tall that I like hunch my back no matter what, which is rough. Daily stretching, super important. I also really need to start learning Blender, because then I can just make 3D objects and just create light sources, so that way I can create more realistic cast shadows and stuff. But I will start doing more pieces with women. I will attempt to start doing more pieces with women in them too. I know I don't do that enough. I need to work on, my anatomy for both. Sorry, I don't know how to say it, but like for both genders, for both sexes. Let's say that if we can just create a line somewhere where we go, okay, like there are two sexes, male and female, but there's, whatever we've decided now, like 150 genders. Like, I'm cool with that. As long as we're just like, yes, like, but there is like, just from anatomical purposes. Like, that's all I'm asking for. I just want it for anatomical purposes, so that way we can, so that way I can communicate more effectively ideas and concepts. That's language matters. So let's just be aware of how much language matters as we attempt to change everything. See, this is very like charcoal-y kind of the way that I'm working with this right now, which, man, I do love me some charcoal. Oh, it's gonna be one of those like super old chairs, that's like, we're gonna have like tape and stuff. My friend, growing up, my friend's dad had this office chair that was like, it was, if you picture like a Woodward, the Woodward and Bernstein, like what their office chairs look like, just, like packing tape holding the cushions on still. It's just like metal and like, the fraying material. That's the feel this chair is gonna have, for sure. For sure. Oh, sorry, 1 sec, gotta check this. Make sure everything's... Oh, well, hey. New Patreon subscriber, there we go. They get to have some input. No. Sorry, people. If you want me to be able to keep doing this, I gotta monetize it somehow. So. Because imagine if I can pay for anatomy references with the proceeds from my art business. Imagine that. I'm just telling you, the ball is rolling up as the ball is rolling up, as the Dimension 20 cast would say. Dimension 20, great show, great people. Used to be College Humor. You can find them on Dropout TV. Don't know why I'm advertising for them. Oh, because I thoroughly enjoy their content. That's why. That's something I wanted to touch on, actually. The world, like our, that's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately too. And I've actually talked to other people about so we're in this unique position where, so as we become like the commodity, where companies are buying and selling our information and they're like, invading privacy a bit, and, just like, you have to read the fine print or else you basically like give away your lifestyle for other people to, profit off of. Actually, ironically, is a double-edged sword and puts us in a very unique position as consumers and viewers. And that's that we get to decide everything. We get to decide everything, but nobody realizes that because we're fighting against algorithms. So, like, they have these algorithms that play on, like, the most basic human, like, desires and instincts, like, I mean, what views get the most on YouTube and stuff like that? anything that is like anything that's conflict oriented. You know, like I was scrolling through YouTube and I was about to click on this one video where it's like one of the late night hosts roasting Bill Burr or something like that, because I love Bill Burr as a comedian. You know, I think, he's a funny guy, insightful, and, especially as he's grown up and like learned more about himself and like accepted his anger and stuff. And then I looked at the video and it had 1.2 million views. And I was like, I was about to click on this too, because it's a famous person roasting another famous person. And I was like, that's not good. That's not, because the algorithm's just like, yeah, I know you want to watch these two people like talk smack about each other. So if we can control that, if we can, let's make it like 1950s ish. So it's going to be like slick backed pomade hair, but because he's, because he's a little disheveled, working on this all important, all encompassing project, going to have the pomade's wearing out. He's got some stragglers, it's not as slick anymore, starting to have that like long haired part. But anyways, so one of the things that he's probably run his hands through his hair a bunch tonight, to like as he struggles with a certain line or scene. But anyways, so getting back to the we have all the power now because it's our attention that drives everything. Like it drives all corporate decision making now. Like, because they have access to all of our information and stuff, they've now reshaped the way that they, like, advertising used to be a guessing game where it's like they were like, oh well, maybe the people will like this, and sometimes it backfired on them. But now it's not that anymore. Now they know exactly what people want to see, and half the time they don't even do it themselves. They just let the algorithm and our own content steer us in directions and make money off of us. So they want to tell you that you're the commodity, but it's not the case. Your attention is the commodity, and guess who owns your attention? You do. They don't. And you can point that attention in any direction that you want. And when you point it in a meaningful direction and stop pointing it in frivolous directions, then they are forced to adapt to that and cater to where you are driving your attention. So, like, just, this is a little, like, I'm feeling a little preachy and highfalutin here, but, like, I don't like sounding like this. But it's something that I think about a lot, where it's like, if everybody was aware of if everybody was aware enough to think in those terms, it would be, it would just, like, it'd be wild. Like, companies would have to do whatever we wanted them to do if they wanted to continue to have our attention. So that's just something to think about. But, it's really easy to give your attention to the Kardashians or whatever. So and it's really easy to get sucked in. Sometimes I like to perform experiments with the algorithm. So like say on Instagram, go ahead and grab your Instagram and you scroll. What I want you to do next time you open your Instagram or your Facebook or whatever, anything with a news feed or quote unquote news feed, I want you to take it and I want you to just scroll and stop and sit on an image for about like 10 to 20 seconds. And then scroll and then sit on an image for about 10 to 20 seconds. Like, just completely randomize it. And then see how the next things that then stop doing that, and see how the feed will reflect the things that you stopped on for those 10 to 20 seconds. And if you just do that on a semi-regular basis, it'll just keep reminding you that you're the one in control, as long as you remind yourself of the fact that the algorithm is trying to be like, hey, like, I want you looking at this as much as possible because it makes me and my shareholders money. Anyways, put the soapbox away. But yeah, you're not the commodity, your attention is. And you own that. So we are now, as consumers, more powerful than we've ever been. But they're also using robots to, control what you look at. So get the power back. I mean, anyways. Not that I should be talking. My fiance turned me on to NCIS. Which, by the way, NCIS is like such an insanely long-running show. I had no idea. I think it's like got like 18 or 20 seasons or something like that. Oh, dude, that's it, yeah, intention with your attention, and that's the biggest problem. Yeah, no. For anybody, for our YouTube viewers, Smef the Sane says it's tough to be intentional with your attention all the time. Buddhists know. I'm not sure if Smef is a Buddhist or not, but if you are, man, more power. And then, so actually what we're going to do is we're going to change this composition a little bit. Because I want room for le cigarette. Buddhist philosophy is great. I love the, one of the cool things about Buddhist philosophy, as far as I'm aware, not having studied it probably nearly as extensively as you, and definitely not as extensively as actual Buddhists. But my understanding of it is there's a great amount of power of self, essentially, like individual empowerment. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I haven't talked this long in a while, and just wearing me out a little. But anyways, but yeah, no, the idea that like the empowerment of the individual and stuff like that, and that's one of the things I really like. Maybe that's Zen Buddhism. Because I know that there's a difference between like traditional Buddhism and Zen Buddhism. Realizing that there is no self, so it's Buddhists have all taken a mushroom trip. Not that I would understand anything about what is involved with a mushroom trip. But anyways, these would be like rolled up. No! You know what he would be? I hate the term, but it's a rabbit hole for sure. He'd be in one of those, like, I hate the term, but wife beater. Let's not call it that. One of those undershirt tank tops. He would definitely be in one of those. Which will be fun because then we get to do like, some musculature and stuff with this piece. But he's not going to be like a super muscular person. I really love just like reductive sketching. You know, if you're a long-time viewer, well, I don't know how much I can say long-time viewer since we've only been broadcasting for, well, approaching 2 months, you know. But if you've been with us since the beginning, you know, I've definitely said before how much I just love reductive. Gravity's a thing on PEX too. Oh, no, that's the sound of the coffee pot turning off. Might need to go do that. Get more of that coffee pot. Can have a lit one that's just coiling up. And then what's nice is once we kind of understand what we want to do, because one of the cool things is, so I've actually done a lot of different studies of smoke, like just because I just really enjoy watching it. Water and smoke, the way they move is just a beautiful thing if you really just study it. Although my friends and family definitely think of me as a pyromaniac a little bit, so I don't know. I don't know if it's normal to think that smoke is beautiful, but it is. Watching air currents eddy and flow around. I always think it would be wild to be able to see excuse me, like what it would look like if we saw air. First of all, like everything would look like it had like some kind of like weird force field around it. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Gosh. Yep. Starting to wear out, starting to weaken here a little bit, people. Sorry. Still getting over that sickness. So, I don't want to call it early. So we're going to just keep going for a bit. And but I also don't want to subject you to my snifflings and hackings as I well, actually, no, this is where the completed pages would be, right here, next to them, and then scattered all about would be discarded ones. Probably some like burns and smudge stains around here. Lots of crumpled cigarettes. And it's so funny because I make fun of I don't make fun of it, but like the concept of the beatnik. I don't know, but yet at the same time I kind of like romanticize the beatnik artist for sure. Ugh. I'm such a cliche hipster. And this is going to be a ton of fun. These structures, you know what I'm going to do for this part? We're actually going to crumple up some paper, create our own reference material with some direct lighting for these. It's going to be a lot of fun. But right now we're just generating the composition. But yeah, no, this is going to be a blast. And maybe back here. Oh, it'll be a basement window because, you know, 1950s starving artist. So I'll have a very strong direct light source, but at the same time, we're gonna have just a little bit of light peeking through here, which will, you know, just help create. I think the basement window would be more like right here. It's one of those side ones that opens up to the side. This would just be nice and shadow to create a little vignette. And then, let's see. Then little things around the room, maybe. So where's the corner of the room going to be? Do it right there. Well, faucet, just dripping a little water into a sink, maybe. Basement studio apartment. The struggle to create something meaningful to put out into the world. It's real. It's a real thing. And see, what's going to be cool is this is going to be, like, all that back there is going to be in shadow. So if we do it, it's going to be, let's go. Let's do it. Ooh. This is such a huge piece that it goes slow when you use the big stuff. And I just upgraded my computer recently too, so it's pretty decent, and yet very dim light coming through there. See, drawing with light, it's just too much fun, folks. You gotta do it. And then back there is going to be all in shadow too. And then the smoke, because it's going to be directly under the light and catching it, is going to be hot in highlight, which is going to create this really cool effect. So that's going to be, and then that's going to go like, by the way, that's the sound effect you have to make when you're drawing smoke is it's not my thing, that's a rule. That's legitimately just like when you're, you know, But yeah, I mean, this is it. This is it. This is the composition. This is what I was talking about. We've got it, folks. We've got it. This is, come on, chat. Get excited. I know, things come together quick, man. Things come together quick. And then that joyous moment when you just merge those layers in Photoshop. One of the huge perks to working digitally, being able to just kind of move layers and draw on top of layers. I actually just released a piece that is, you know, I'm doing an oil painting series, and I just released one of those pieces. And I'm curious. It is not. First, I'd like to say it is not like anti-religion or anything like that, but it could very easily be construed that way. And I have some, you know, very spiritual people in my life, so I'm curious to see how it gets received now that I've released it. But I've also resolved to not allow, you know, what other people think to influence, you know, how and when I do things or the way I do things, because I actually, you know, I'm romanticizing this guy and this concept of the tortured artist. So, you know, if I'm romanticizing that idea, then I should really, you know, participate in it myself. To a certain extent. Not that I'm tortured. But I do see things in the world that I'm like, come on, can't we just remember we're all human? Just remember we're all struggling. And just remember that it's very easy for people to spread. It's easier for people to spread hate than love. You know, loving and being an attentive person is you know, it requires effort. It requires your focus. It requires your attention, and it's a you know, hard thing for some people to do. This is where I should really stop, though, like working on this right now, because we're not going to be, because I'm now that I have the composition I want, now I need to start gathering the reference material for it, for us to, like, you know, really dial this in and make it something impressive. Because I want this is going to be one of our monthly pieces. So, by the way, you know, as we're winding down here, and we totally made it. We made it to the, whoop, almost spoke too soon. We definitely made it to the you know, 3 o'clock hour, which stoked about. Just because of getting over this stupid sickness. But what was I saying? Smith, what was I saying? Man, this ADD is kicking my butt sometimes. Uh, man, really frustrating. Actually, had to cancel. I'm not ashamed. I was transitioning and I lost the transition. Thank you, Smef. Yeah, no, I just lost. But yes, no, go. Thank you. Yes, to last minute business. Thank you. Smef, you're wonderful. You're wonderful. If you didn't have your own job, I would suggest you could moderate. But anyways, I need to find some bored 14-year-olds to moderate for me. um, but so if you do end up, wanting to support us, support the channel, stuff like that, support the artwork, and do decide to go to the Patreon, if you do sign up at the $50 level, you get 2 prints a month at no additional cost. Prints might not get to you for upwards of 3 to 4 weeks, so you might not get them like at the end of the month, but for every month that you subscribe at that level, you do end up getting 2 prints at no additional cost. So both from the daily drawing that this one is that we're showing here, but also the long format streams that we're going to be running once a week. So yeah, just something to throw out there. So if you were interested in prints and stuff like that, you don't get nothing from me. I do provide services for you in appreciation of your support. Excuse me. So, anyways, back to the drawing, but that's about it. But anyways, yeah, no, so we gotta start gathering reference material for this. So, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be my homework, taking pictures and gathering reference, and this is what the composition is gonna be. As I romanticize the early creative. But it's nighttime. It's nighttime out there. Anyways, all right. Well, time for me to go get some more coffee. Time for you folks to, hopefully I helped you out with your grind. And I appreciate you hanging out and supporting me and helping me with mine. So yeah, hope you dug the classical music today. Was going for something a little. I'm gonna be doing something a little jazzier, I think, throughout the week. I was enjoying that high tempo jazz. If you were here from the start, picture the intro to Cowboy Bebop. That's the kind of jazz that I'm into. If but hey, also, if you subscribe, you can help me choose the music. But anyways, so please don't forget, like and subscribe to the videos. You can also become a patron over at Patreon. You can also support us through Twitch. Actually just posted a new video of the drawing process on YouTube. As a reminder, I think I spoke about it at the beginning of the episode, for the Critical Role fan art that we did last month. Thank you, Smef. I will do my best to feel better. I've been chugging echinacea tea and taking my vitamin C, and it's approaching a week and a half. I don't know how much this is going to linger. And I already had COVID, but and that was way worse than this. So this, I don't know, maybe this is COVID light. I don't know. I have no idea. Or it could just be a cold, or I don't know. I got stuff in my lungs. Maybe it's like some kind of walking pneumonia. Regardless, don't have enough subscribers to go to the doctor yet. But anyways, so please check us out, Twitch, YouTube. I got a lot of videos to catch up on, just wasn't feeling up to it last week, and I apologize for that. So website maintenance is still going. I will be feeling better. Tune in tomorrow, 1:30, where we grind through some more warm-ups and get grinding on this piece here. So thank you so much for viewing, and hope y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. Hope y'all have an easy time grinding through it, and spread the love. Spread the love, and give your attention with intention. Point your attention. You are not the commodity. They are. You own your attention, and you can point it wherever you want. It doesn't have to be at whatever news network you're watching or whatever reality TV show you're interested in. We can give our attention to the real stuff, and the real people. I'm not saying, like, you gotta give up what you love and, just on occasion, throw your attention to something you think needs it. And remember that when you place your faith in a source, then that source will control the way you view things. But anyways, love y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Check us out tomorrow, 1:30. I'll be here. Hopefully you will too. Spread the love.